Hello everyone, welcome back to another video of backpack unpacking. Today I got the Bellroy Transit 28-liter Workpack Pro. So I actually made a video yesterday about this bag, an in-depth review, but after editing it this morning I realized I made several mistakes. I also missed out a few items that I noticed later. So I decided, you know what, let me just make a new video now that I have a lot more knowledge and correct information, okay? So I'm gonna kind of go over the pro and con. This bag is fairly new. It's got a lot of mixed review, both on YouTube videos that I watched, also on Reddit. There is a smaller version, the 22-liter one, I believe. And then this is, I think, the version 2 of the original as well, which there were a lot of changes, some good, some people didn't like. So I'm gonna kind of go over that and then discuss it. And then at the end, I'm gonna give you my my conclusion, what this bag is for and whether I'm gonna keep it or not, okay? So first of all, I got the let's go over the pros. I got this bag really for like the look. This is the olive green color, which I really like. They also come in black, but I have a lot of other black bags, so I really wanted a different color. So I like the way it looks. It's very minimal. You don't see a lot of extra pockets. It's very sleek looking, which is what I want in a kind of a one bag travel. I don't want a bag that's gonna be too bulky on my back since I'm not a big guy. And then the material is also very good. You know, Bellroy, I have other Bellroy product and they've always been fairly good. You know, it's got like a water resistant property. So I think it's gonna hold up well. The zippers seems fairly good too. You know, they're all like PB coated, and I guess, yeah, you know, the straps are very well padded as well, which I believe version 1 was a lot of complaint that the strap was too thin, which I think for a 28-liter you need a good strap, you know, because you're gonna be packing this out with a lot of stuff, because I think a lot of people will try to use this as for travel, like a weekend travel or like a short 1 week travel, if you know how to pack properly. Okay, so that's the reason why I got this, because I had the simple Weekender 25-liter. I felt it was just a tad bit small for me, so I wanted to give this 28-liter a try. Hopefully, you know, I can put more stuff in. Okay, so let's talk about all the negative stuff that I have seen online and read. Let's go over the first one, which is, let me see if I remember. The first one is that the lack of organization, pockets. I believe version 1 had a lot more. So like, this is really like your only organizational pouch. It's got a sunglasses thing, iPod holder maybe. There's 3 pockets here, 2 of which are pinned. And you can see this one, it's not stretchy, so things can fall easily too. And other than that, this is just kind of a one front big pocket that goes down towards the logo for you to drop stuff in. So a lot of people wanted more organization. So I believe it's a valid point, but for me personally, I think it really depends on what kind of work you do and what kind of travel you do. So I'm not a digital nomad. I'm not a social media influencer. So when I travel, it's really just for vacation. And I don't carry a lot of gears. You know, I don't film, I'm not a travel vlogger. So I feel like for me, it's not that big of a deal. I use packing cube. So everything I pack, it's gonna be organized the way I want it anyway. And you know, I just need a little tag pouch to keep my stuff in. So it's not a big deal to me, but I get it for some other people. If you really like that multiple pockets to put everything in, then this is probably not for you. Okay, it's not. I don't think this is really like a large office tech bag. You know, and I don't think that's what they're aiming for anyway. The second negative that people talked about is how they design the water bottle section. You know, most bag is like an external pouch that's kind of stretchy. In here, it's all built in. So you have to actually open this zipper pocket and then put your water bottle in and zip it up. Now, the material is not stretchy, so I believe from what I've seen, you are really limited to like a 22, 24 ounce bottle. Anything bigger, you're not gonna be able to zip all the way up. And also, because it's really kind of built into the bag, I think if you put a big water bottle, it's really gonna cut into the room, the main compartment. You know, it's gonna take up some space. So that's a negative too. Now again, it depends on the person using the bag. I'm not a person who ever bring my own water bottle. I don't even have one. So it's not a big deal to me, because if I'm traveling, I'm thirsty, I just buy a water bottle and I finish it and I toss it. You know, so for me, I'm gonna use, you know what I think this is good for? I'm actually gonna be using this for like my umbrella. I think it's perfect because there is a kind of a waterproof texture here, fabric. So I think it's great for umbrella or other pockets. You know, to me, it's just gonna be another side pocket that I can use. So I don't really have any problem with it, okay? Another negative comment, I think, it's just the placement of that hidden security pocket. You know, I guess it's like on the wrong side, so unless you're left-handed, it's not as comfortable. It's not as easy to use. But you know, I think it's just nitpicking. I don't think you're gonna be using. I'm not gonna be doing this. You know, one-hand seeing access a lot of times, so it doesn't bother me. It does come with a key ring, a key leash, so that I don't think is a big deal. I didn't see a lot of review mention this. These zipper handles, they are like, you know, fake leather, I guess. You know, they are good. I mean, they look nice, but I think, I don't want to say they're small, but I think the texture is very smooth. So you kind of have to really kind of hold it tightly to give that pressure to open the zipper. I kind of wish they used a different material that's maybe more grippy, I guess that was what I would say. And some of the zipper inside the zipper holder are very small, you know? So I think if you have a big hand or something, this might be kind of an issue to you. The one thing that I noticed none of the comments or YouTube video mentioned that I think is a big negative is that something that I think is a big negative of this bag is that there's no, if you look at this bag, there's no external loop anywhere for you to attach things to. I know Bellroy designed this bag to look very minimalistic and sleek, but I believe they could have placed a few that wouldn't sacrifice the look. Like down here, I think they could have put 2 loops, you know, here, almost like hidden loop, but that you can attach things if you really need to. So like my carabiner, I end up putting it on the back of the handle, which I think is fine. It's not gonna, this is a small one, so I don't think it's gonna touch my body or anything. But I just wish they could have put it another loop somewhere for you to attach this carabiner to. Okay, so that's kind of the pro and con of this bag. Now, I told you I made a video yesterday. So what I did was I actually packed this bag in full because I'm going on another trip soon to Mexico for 7 days. So I wanted to see how this bag filled up. Obviously, I'm not going to do it again, but I did it yesterday. So I'm going to tell you, I was a little bit disappointed. I compared it with my simple Weekender 25 liter. I packed this one out first. There was basically no room left. I had a few more items that I would like to bring with me, so I'm gonna have to make a few sacrifices, unfortunately. So I took everything I packed in this bag and I tried to put into my simple Weekender 25 liter. And obviously I couldn't fit everything in, which is good. That means this is at least bigger than 25 liter, but I really don't think this is a true 28 liter. Obviously I don't have any kind of measuring device, and this is always tough to measuring the dimension of these bags. But I have read online that version 1 of this bag is noticeably more spacious. Like people did a test of putting paper rolls, and the first one they could put 2 package of 3 paper rolls, whereas this one they couldn't close it up. So it's a little bit disappointing. I feel like maybe this is more closer to like a 27 liter, instead of a 28. I know it doesn't sound like much, but obviously I was hoping my aim for to get this bag was to have a noticeably more room than my 25 liter, and I didn't feel like it. But so in conclusion, am I gonna keep this bag or not? Ultimately, I think I will end up keeping it, even though space-wise it wasn't a huge difference. But I really like this bag, the way it looks. I think this bag is perfect for somebody who packed very, very light and want it very minimalistic, and you don't want the bag to look big on your back. I'm not a big guy, so that's kind of very important to me. I didn't want something that's very bulky and wide, make me look like a Ninja Turtle or something, with a big big shell on my back. So that's why I like it. And also I do really like the main compartment, which I know I didn't show you, so that's my bad. Let me do it right now. I want to show you the main compartment. It's not a full clamshell, but it's almost there, and I like that. I actually kind of like that, because this basically has all the depths in it, and then it also has a strap here to hold your stuff together if you want, which I really like. If you don't want to use a packing cube, this probably will help a lot. So, that's kind of the reason why I like it, because I want to use this really specifically for travel, short trips. My simple Weekender 25 liter, I think bag is amazing. I love that bag, but I think it's more, like I said, it's more for like a weekend trip, or maybe more for taking that along with your small roller luggage. Okay, whereas this one, I'm really getting this for trips where I maybe fly a budget airline, and I don't want to pay for having a carry-on luggage. I just want to use this as a personal item, which I think this will definitely fit, unless you get a really, really strict person trying to unless you get a really strict agent, but I don't think that's gonna happen. What else can I mention? You know what? I do want to point out another thing that people did mention online. I forgot, is the luggage trolley handle pass-through on this bag is very small. It's just a thin strip. There's a stretch to it, so you can make it a little bit wider, but I can see it would be a lot more difficult to put this through into your luggage handle versus a lot of other bags out there. You might have to definitely two-hand, definitely it's gonna take some time. Now, again, this is not a problem for me because, like as I said, I did not buy this bag to take it with my carry-on luggage, right? This whole point of this bag is to buy it and as a one bag travel for short trips. So I'm not gonna use that. So to me, I'm never gonna use this with a carry-on luggage because when I bring a carry-on luggage, typically I would just bring out my 18 to 20 liter backpack, and if it's a longer trip, maybe I'll take my Weekender 25 liter, which my last trip I did that, and half of my bag was empty because I packed very light, and I already had my carry-on luggage as well to use. So overall, this is not a problem. Oh, and one more thing I want to mention, which I think is very important, and I apologize because it's early, is that a lot of people mention these straps are very narrow, so it kind of pinched their neck, I guess. I was worried about that too because when I compared it with my simple Weekender, the width of my Weekender was almost twice the width as this one. So I was worried too that, hey, when I put it on with a lot of weight, it's gonna end up being too close to my neck instead of on my shoulder. But surprisingly, once I pack everything out, I think because of the weight and sinking down, this thing actually kind of like, it sort of like went like this. So you really kind of spread it out. So I didn't actually have any problem, and it was fairly comfortable. It was not a problem for me at all. I know some people said this material back here is a little bit scratchy. I guess it depends on what kind of clothes you wear. If you're wearing a tank top, for girls, maybe this is not for you. But since obviously I wear a t-shirt or a button-up short, this fabric is not touching my skin, so I didn't have any problem with it. In fact, I think it's kind of grippy, so it stays on your shoulder very well on your body. So I think it's fine. The sternum strap is magnetic, which I love, but it's so small that it's kind of hard to get enough handle to open it easily. So sometimes I end up putting one of my hand on the wrong one. So I'm like, oh my God, I'm struggling because I'm basically holding them together instead of just holding a little bit and getting it out. Okay, but anyway, I do like the magnetic. It's easy to put on at least. Okay, so yeah, I think ultimately I am gonna keep this bag mainly because I just like the look so much. I like the ease of packing things in with that big opening, and I do really, really like how minimalist it is. That's why, yeah, I think this ultimately I'm gonna keep it, and hopefully I'll do a few trips and let you know what I think. Okay, I hope this helps for people that's debating on getting this bag. I think if you have similar size bag, you probably don't need this bag. I think if you're the type that like a lot of pockets, different access point, different organization, this bag is probably not for you. I feel like this bag is pretty specific. It's meant for a traveler that doesn't have a lot of tech gear, maybe at least not for work. You pack your stuff in, you pack your clothes, you're minimalist packer, and you carry this to your hotel, and then you just leave it there. That's it. This is not an everyday carry to me. Even though it could be for some people, but for me, the way I travel, this kind of bag, just to fit all my clothes, my toiletry in, I bring it to the hotel, put it in the hotel, I'm good. I grab my little sling bag out, and that's gonna be my everyday carry. This is not, okay? So yeah, I hope this review helps people that's deciding whether they like this bag or not, okay? All right, have a good day. Bye.